Howdy, folks. Miss Rodriguez here and Chloe coming at you from the front porch on this humid day. You want to go play? Okay, see you later. Oh, she's going to hang out for a minute. Oh, no, she's going to go. I want to throw a shout out to Maya, Elora, Logan, Clyde, Zachary E., Aletha, Zach, Noah, Max, Melody, Moselle, Ann, Rakesh, Bobby, Tony, Brianna, Maida, Lila, Ruben, Arush, Ella, Nia, Soli, James. But wait, there's more. Cooper, Kaylee, Jace B, Lorian, JC, Pierce, Julian, Ryan, Bailey, Fletcher, Tommy, Gavin, Rhythmika, Skylar, Georgia, Wyatt, Leah, Michelle, Kinsley, Caitlin, Shamar, and last but not least, Juliet. I miss you guys. I hope you are enjoying the book. And I think I've got one picked out to start when we are finished with this one. So let's get rolling. We're almost at the end. Chapter 39 of The Collector. Vanessa wasn't at lunch when I got there. I went to our usual table and sat down. In my distraction this morning, I hadn't asked Mom to pack me a lunch, which meant a stale piece of pizza and pudding that was a solid lump. I didn't think I could eat either of them, not just because they were gross, but because my stomach was all knotted up with fear. I had to confront Vanessa and demand the truth. Either she was being used by Beryl, or she had been lying to me the whole time. Honestly, I couldn't figure out what was worse. Either my friend was in a lot of trouble, or she had never been my friend at all. By the time the final lunch bell rang, I realized Vanessa wasn't coming. I left without eating. It felt like I was sleepwalking. I heard the people around me, but I couldn't understand what they were saying, and even though I was moving, it felt like I wasn't going anywhere. I knew that Vanessa wasn't going to be in class when I got there, but it didn't make it any less of a shock to learn that I was right. I didn't see her anywhere, and that just meant I had a lot of time to question and think. Not that my brain was working properly. I couldn't put the pieces together, not in a way that made sense. I still had no idea who or what Beryl was or how she was involved with Vanessa and her aunt. I didn't know what was happening to the missing kids. I didn't know why Beryl was apparently coming for me or why she hadn't gotten me yet. The rest of the day went by like a blur. Only one thing stood out, and that was the note that had been taped to the front of my locker. This is your fault. It didn't help that for some reason I felt it was true. I tore it down and left it crumpled on the ground. As expected, Vanessa wasn't waiting for me outside the school. Mom was. She stood by the flagpole and waved when I came out. I walked over, still dazed. Hi, I asked. No, I guess that would have been hi? I asked. Hey, honey, she said. How was your day? Okay. I wasn't going to tell her the truth. She really should have. You should always tell the truth. Vanessa had run off and the monsters were real and Grandma had been right all along. I glanced around. The parking lot was filled with parents and guardians picking up their kids, and the lines for buses seemed longer than usual. It was crowded, but I didn't see Vanessa or my little sister. The realization made my chest constrict. Where's Anna? I asked. Already home, Mom said. I picked her up after lunch because she wasn't feeling well. I don't think she slept much last night. She looked at me as if expecting me to explain why. I kept my mouth shut. Where's Vanessa? She asked when we reached the car. Went home, I said. It wasn't a lie, but it also wasn't exactly the full truth. Are you okay, honey? She asked. I nodded. Just tired. You girls, I don't know why you keep each other up all night. I wasn't about to tell her that it wasn't either of us. It was the monster in the woods. That last night, Anna was almost taken, that we needed to bolt the window shut to be safe. She already thought I couldn't tell fantasy from reality. I didn't need to make her think so even more. I just had to be more vigilant from now on, until Grandma was better, until she could keep us safe again. Mom told me to be quiet when I got home. Anna and Grandma were sleeping, which meant I was left to do my homework on my own. I considered calling Vanessa, but I knew that I wouldn't get any answers that way. I felt trapped. So I did my homework up in my room, or at least I tried to do my homework. I couldn't concentrate on anything. Beryl was taking children, and Vanessa might be helping her, and no one believed me. No one except Grandma, and no one believed her. Still, I left my homework on the floor and went in to talk to Grandma. I couldn't tell if she was awake, but I couldn't wait around any longer. The room smelled even more like sickness, and Grandma's breathing was heavy. I sat down on a chair beside her bed and reached out to hold her hand. "Grandma?" I asked. She muttered something. I said her name again. She opened her eyes and turned to me. "Oh, Josie, it's you. I was having a terrible dream." "We all have been," I said. Actually, I didn't know if that was true. Had Mom been having nightmares, or just as kids and Grandma? "I'm so sorry," Grandma said. "Why?" "Because I'm too tired to keep you safe." I sighed. My heart started pounding again. "That's why I'm here," I said. "I wanted to talk to you about Beryl." That made Grandma go from dazed to alert. She pushed herself up in bed. Thankfully, though, she didn't go into one of her episodes. Her eyes were perfectly clear when she looked at me. "What about Beryl?" "What is she?" I asked. "How do you know about her, and why is she after us?" Now it was Grandma's turn to sigh. "Beryl used to be my friend," Grandma replied sadly. "All those years ago. She and I and our friend Victoria were very close. We did everything together, but Beryl was always a little different. We knew the rumors. People thought Beryl's mom was a witch, and so they thought Beryl was one too. Little did we know, everyone was right." It started with little things. Beryl would turn kids against each other on the playground, and then when she got older, she got meaner. She loved dolls, and she was always jealous of our friend Victoria because Victoria's family was very rich and bought her everything she wanted. She had an amazing doll collection. Beryl wanted them for herself. One night, we were having a sleepover at Victoria's. Beryl asked to keep one of the dolls, but it was Victoria's favorite, and she wouldn't give it up. So Beryl put a spell on her and turned her into a doll. She closed her eyes and took a deep, labored breath. It was like she hadn't told this to anyone else before, and I couldn't blame her. No one else would believe her, but I did. I tried to get her to turn Victoria back, but Beryl refused. So I left and vowed to keep the town safe from Beryl's evil magic. It took many years, and Beryl took many young children and turned them into dolls before I was powerful enough to stop her. But eventually I did, and she has been locked within the woods and her home ever since. At least until now. As I grow weak, she grows stronger. I had to ask, "Is that why she's after us? Is that why you sent Mom to another school?" Grandma Jeannie nodded sadly, tears streaming down her face. "I tried to protect you. I told your mother not to bring you two here, but she wouldn't listen. I hope my rules were enough to keep you safe." "It's okay, Grandma. We're still safe." "For now," Grandma said, "but I can't keep you safe forever." I took her hand. I wanted to comfort her, but I also wanted someone to comfort me. "We'll stay out of trouble," I promised. "We know the rules." "That won't be enough. She'll find you. She always finds you." "Then how do we stop her?" Grandma looked at me long and hard. "Beryl keeps her magic close. If you can find the key to it, you can stop her. My magic wasn't enough to keep you safe. I charmed this house to protect everyone from her clutches. It wasn't enough, and I spent years practicing. I fear there's nothing you can do." She started to moan, and I wanted to tell her it would be okay, but I knew that none of this would be okay. Something wasn't clicking, though. What did Vanessa have to do with any of this? Had Beryl trapped her to do the witch's dirty work? I had to ask fast before Grandma slipped away from me. "Grandma, my friend Vanessa? Why did you yell at her?" "Because she isn't Vanessa," Grandma told me. Then she started muttering to herself, and I worried that I'd lost her until I heard what she was saying. How is she back? How is she back? How is Victoria back? What does that mean? Is Vanessa Victoria? I don't know. That's the end of chapter 39. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one less page until we know it all. Till next time, Bobcats.